Hello. So a while ago, I was actually a butler at a Maid Cafe, and my experience was pretty interesting. I actually got to dance in front of a bunch of people and all my customers. None other butler wanted to dance with me, so I was the only butler that danced. Here's a very embarrassing clip of me. Action. So yeah, that was pretty interesting. Uh, I feel like I made a fool of myself, and honestly, I love Super Junior, but I don't even know the dance to that song. I pretty much just guessed my way out, and I just kind of faked it most of the time, so I look good doing it. And that's all that matters. And I gotta say that this was a lot of hard work, a lot more than like I would expect. I have to give a lot of props to those butlers out there, especially in Japan. Oh my gosh, they must. It's tiring. It physically is tiring. It's a lot of fun, but it's tiring. You're mostly just standing up, walking around all day, but you're having too much fun because you don't realize it. It's like you're going to an anime convention, you're always walking around everywhere at the convention center, and at the end of the day, you're like, why am I so tired? But you're having so much fun, though. So it's kind of a nice thing. There were some intense fangirls, not too crazy. They had a rule for the maids and butlers that you cannot touch us without our permission, which I'm glad because I always have a fear of that. I've had fangirls glot me for random reasons, and I don't like that. Freaks me out. So yeah, once you enter the Maid Cafe, you get to pick your butler or your maid, and they have like a... They usually at places, I know they would have like pictures of menus, like who do you want to serve you, and I tell you, I felt like I was a part of a menu at all-you-can-eat buffet. I'm like, I'll take that one. Several girls, a lot of girls, kept requesting me. They're just like, I was just minding my own business. You know, when I wasn't near the door, I was like serving somebody or walking around, giving people cupcakes. And I just hear girls in the back like, oh, I want that one right there. That one. Pointing at me. I'm like, okay, I got so. I've always wanted to be a host boy, but I don't drink. I can't drink. I don't like it. So that's not the job for me if I ever get a job like that. But this came pretty close. Butlers, they're very similar to the whole like host club style thing. It's just not as intense, There's more like grace, gentle, calmer. It's not just like drink yeah hata. It's loud. And host boy clubs they're loud as hell and they're rowdy, but in a nice way. And they're very, very, very flirty. This is more like respectable, like welcome to your home, let me feel you're welcome, because a lot of people wish they can hire a maid or butler to like serve them wherever they want, but people can't afford that always. So that's why they have maid and butler cafes to kind of make you feel at home after you come back, and you have somebody there in a restaurant. They decorate it like it's a home. One thing that I could not do, two things I couldn't do. I don't know if every butler maid cafe has this, but ours did. They had a paper that had like different moods of different like angry, sad, sassy, gentle, shy. Pick like your butler or maid's personality and how you want to be served. And they actually had an option of being a jerk, like sassy or something, which this one girl was really good at. She really got into people's faces, and I was just laughing so much. And people laugh too, because this isn't character, it's not real. But when I got my turn to serve these Asian girls, really sweet, nice Asian girls, and they wanted me to pick the mean butler, I was like, oh, really? I can't do that. It's so hard to be a jerk. I have to, like, really be mad. Even when I'm mad, it's hard to be a jerk. It's not in my nature. And then the girl who was, like, really good at being a douche, she went up to me, she's like, okay, I'll help you. I'll just help you out to be a jerk to these girls. And I tried to be mean. She told me, like, we did, like, little, like, designs on the cakes with, like, Hershey's and syrup stuff. And I always did really, really pretty, like, artistic designs with my artistic skills. But she would just, like, squirt it out on the cupcake and, like, here, eat it. And I'm like, no, you do have to do that. I'm like, I have to do that? Okay. I squirt the Hershey's, like, a little dot. There. And she's like, you have to be meaner than that. You're just hopeless. I'm like, I can't do it. I can't be a jerk. I'm not an asshole. I swear. And then later that day, the 3 girls wanted pictures with us. And I'm like, yeah, sure. But then they all decided they wanted to have piggyback rides. And one girl was like, oh, give me a piggyback ride. Can you give me a piggyback ride? I'm like, okay, I'll try. And man, this little girl, she was like all muscle or something, because I fell down. I just like collapsed on the floor with her on my back. And she just looked like, awkward. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm just really weak. And I was just sitting there, and then I just got this other Asian butler guy that just came up and like, hey, can you carry her for me? And you carry the other one, and I'll just look pretty in the front. There. Case closed. So yeah, I liked it. I loved being a butler, and I will more than happy be a butler again. So if you want to know more information or, events when that happens, you can follow this Facebook right here. It's a Maid Cafe. That's the official Maid Cafe that I worked at. And they always put announcements on, who's going to be there and stuff. And credit for the video clip that I had is down below right here as well. This is also another like page. There's a lot of embarrassing photos on me on this like page. So you should definitely check that out. All the links of these 2 pages are below. And don't forget that I did go to an actual host club in Japan, and I made videos about it. So check this out. You can check out my experience on the host club clicking on this right here, or you can just watch me stalk host boys in Shinjuku district. Yeah, I actually stalked them right with my camera. I'm right behind them on the streets, like, it's right here. You can click either one of those. They're both pretty embarrassing. Kind of ashamed of them, to be honest with you now, but they're funny. So, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed my awesome host boy Maid Cafe butler experience, and I will see you soon. How may I help you, master?